portrait lock on. Okay. Jon, Athan, Jonathan Whelan. Okay, Richard Greenaway, Bristol, UK, and yellow is Preston. Okay. So it looks like Richard has got initiative. A quick look at how they set up the cards.
Any remaining excellent players who do not have an opponent, please wait at your table. We will be coming around with match slips very shortly. If by the time the match slip hits your table, there is less than 1 hour and 10 minutes left on that clock, please fill out your match slip as 100 points to yourself. In your opponent's points box, great. Opponent did not show. After that, feel free to play casually, go get a beer, go get some food, do what you want. Thank you.
Guys, can you please keep an eye out around your table stations for that missing Felder case? We got a guy who's seriously looking for it at this point, as it contains all his excellent stuff. So please do keep an eye out for it. It's a Felder case with all sorts of Star Wars patches and whatnot on it. So do keep an eye out for it.
There we go, guys. Sorry, 10 minutes. Putting in list data. Ready to go, I believe. Let me just double check on that Omicron group pilot. It's the large ships that mess up my my scores. Yeah, not working. There we go. That's right, didn't it? Showed up, yeah. Okay, so getting ready for the last round. I sort of run out of well, I shouldn't say it like that. I kind of was looking for some. Our house keys must be around. I got a bottle opener of those. Looking for a participant for the last round. I couldn't think of anyone else. So obviously with Richard, Greenaway has been particularly well known for having travelled to Fantasy Flight. We spoke to Richard earlier today. We went for him. One of the things that OJ from yesterday did suggest to me I take one of his boys on, but I have a. Oh look, I've not put a round number on. I have a slight hang up on putting children under the age of 18 on the stream because, well, firstly because when they are on video, I prefer to have their a parent or responsible adult present, just to make sure, just in case there's anything that happens, those persons responsible for the minor don't really want to have preserved on video for the protection of the person underage. And things like maybe the opponent swore, maybe the child swears, maybe they don't want the child to be shown in a bad light in any way. So I like to make sure that I'm perfectly happy for the children to come down and have an interview as long as parents are present. But as far as the game's concerned, because the adult's not there to watch them all the time, there's a definite barrier there for me. So I like to make sure I'm protecting the interest of the child as much as possible. That's the reason why I didn't. That's the reason why I didn't go for the younger Greenaways. Andrew Sulak has proton rockets with guidance chips. Right, one second guys, I've just got to look around in one of my bags for something. Oh, are we already attacking? Oh wow, that was not expected. And we're getting firing. So Richard playing an excellent 999 list here. Why have I got that camera on? Dengar, Talonbane and Andrew Sulak to have 3 and 9 pilot skill scum pilots. Make sure I get this microphone the right way around. Glitter stimming? No, proton rockets. I'm just getting so used to seeing a glitter stim chucked down on the table. So rolling 5 dice with Andrew. Gets 3. 4 guidance chips. And 1 evade icon on those dice. Spends an evade token. 2 hits going in on the Inquisitor. Oh, what's that? What's that? He's got what's it called? Oh, that's his Palpatine. So he saved one with Palpatine. There you go. Once again, quite difficult to hear them on the table. Hits, gets the target from the R4 Agromech from spending the focus token. Re-rolls the blank Gets another eyeball.
So it's just 2 hits.
I think we're going on Vader. 1 eye, 1 focus, 1 evade, and a blank. Takes 1 shield from Darth Vader. And now we're going to be looking at Talonbane Cobra, I think, against the Lambda. Oh, no, that won't have arc. Look. Silly me. 2 hits. Rerolled. Predator. He's not got that advanced target computer with target lock. See, barrel rolled. 2 evades. And Dengar returns fire. Not got that punishing 1 title. It's a shame. 2. Darth Vader rolls for defense and gets an eye, a blank, and a evade result, and takes his shield token off of Darth Vader. One of the problems we always see with Darth Vader is he's not got the defensive capability of other aces, such as Inquisitor, Suntir Fel, that are able to come with auto thrusters as a standard upgrade. Just 1 hit from the Inquisitor against Andrew Shulak, spends the target lock, re-rolls those 2 blanks. And with 1 more, 2 hits going in. And evaded 1. I can't see where the other dice went behind Darth Vader. This is 2.
I rolled 2, that was on the board already.
Yeah. Really?
Is it 1? I'm happy for it to be US 1. Okay. So 1 off. Yep.
So 1 shield. No, 2 shields gone from Andrew Shulak. Oh, is that what's Lambda's attacking Talonbane Cobra. 4 dice at range 1, 2 blanks, 2 hits, and 2 evades. Talonbane lives to fight another day, which doesn't happen often. So that's the end of that round. They're going to go to Dars. I'm going to have a quick look around in my bag, see if I can find what I'm looking for. So here we go. Lambda bumper. Lambda bumper. Trying to work out how they're going exactly how they're going to pull this off. I don't think taking Dengar off isn't going to help. Means they can put the template underneath Dengar. Don't start moving the Lambda. Put Dengar back down. Oh, so he's bumping into Talonbane. What's going on here? Electronic baffle.
Okay, Inquisitor.
Alright, no stim on Andrew. What's going on here in chat? Which makes you can help it very well.
Yavin? Yep.
Just trying to mess with the levels a bit, try and get a better level of sound without picking up so much background noise. What am I looking for now? That was it. I want to double check Andrew's ability. K10. Wow. On it rolls. All right. Of course, that's why you got the 5 attack dice from the proton rockets.
Get out the way.
Looks like they've got some new templates from Cogger 2 here being played with. They've still got the plastic backing on to protect them for when they're painted. Well, proton rockets on Sulak proved to be a good option. He was able to roll those 5 dice against other enemy ships. Vader attacking on Dengar. 2 dice. Got that target locked. 2 hits and a crit. Just 1 blank, 1 evade.
So 2 shields.
Jonathan playing very well here. Make a slight adjustment.
Range on being a bit for Talon main, but I'll check. No, I haven't. So I'm going to fire at Shuttle, which is range 2. So him against him, 3 dice.
Talonbane against the Lambda.
Predator,
2 hits. Predator reroll. Oh no, just 1 then. Must have been an eye. And a blank. Takes 1 shield off the Lambda.
And then Dengar against the Shuttle. Range 1. Instantly correct.
2 hits and a blank. Dengar firing on the shuttle. And those 2 hits go in as well.
Over here, can you tell me whether I've got arc or not? Yep, you've got it. What range is it? Range 1? Yeah, just. Okay. So it's 2 dice plus 1 for range 1, plus 1 for her ability. Wow.
4 hits straight from the hand there. I think that's 1 crit as well. 3 and 1 crit. And 1 evade. 1 eye and 1 blank. Spends the eye, spends the evade, and still 1 hit to go. Look at this. I'll tell you what's interesting is the way Richard's actually cancelling his evade dice, the attack dice, in the correct manner, based on the original core rules. That I'll wait until after the attack round, the combat round, and then discuss that a little. 1 crit and a hit, 2 eyes, and 1 evade, and a eye result, 1 shield off of Dengar, right? Yep. So yeah, what I was saying about regarding what Richard was doing in the combat phase there with the compared dice results there, with the original rules where, I mean, in the rules reference, I'm personally not a huge fan of the rules reference, because whilst they elaborated a lot on certain details, they also kind of skipped over stuff that was originally part of the rules, and it makes it look like that stuff's been omitted. I mean, I don't think it's the case. I mean, I just kind of took it for granted, and so they've kind of left it a bit up in the air with certain aspects. So, for example, in the original rules, there was a specific paragraph that said that cancelling dice can only be done in the compared dice result step, and that was part of the reason why accuracy corrector had so many problems when it first came out and it had to get completely errated. When you are cancelling dice, you should be, especially in the compared dice result step, you should be pairing up each of the hit results, or first the hit results against evade results. And each pair is then cancelled and being removed from play. And that was based on the proper original rules.
Cognitive stuff's lovely, isn't it?
It is. So now I've got that chrome and spraying it up when I get home. So he is going to switch his lock over to...
Inquisitor moves his target lock.
Okay. Okay, so my 9's now.
Yep.
So I keep my stress. shield back on. Okay.
Gonking up his shield. "124 spectators. Thank you to everyone who's joined us." I saw a message on Facebook
my
earlier.
stress, and I will focus.
One thing, one tip.
Managed to clear it that time then.
Yeah.
So, Broadway
I will. Okay, we're going into attacks. So I'll shut up. It's actually working out to be quite a good game for commentating.
range 2.
So while we're attacking, let's not be talking about silliness. So, Talonbane, range 2 against Darth Vader. 2 attack dice. They look like 2 hits.
Okay. 1 evade.
One evade,
one
a
shield.
blank, 1 shield goes off of
Up to
Talonbane.
mine then. Right, Talonbane Cobra is in range 1 of the shuttle. Yep. So 2 dice, so 3 dice. If that's double his range bonus,
His
I'm
range
taking for
bonus
my
is 4.
memory, not to lecture you. It's just
Yeah.
otherwise last year of the game. So against the shuttle. Yep. Predator. And
Predator
spend
reroll.
my focus.
Wow, look at that. 5 hits.
Right, it's the option. I'll take it.
I'm just taking a beating.
Hit, crit, crit.
Wanda takes 2 shields, a hit, a crit, and a hit. Let's see what that critical effect is.
First crits. Damage sensor rate. Right, no more actions.
Damage sensor array, no actions for you.
Major hull breach.
And a major hull breach, we're going to have to roll us dice. And starting the round after, so all cards are dealt face up. Sorry.
So
The one, major explosions, the one I've been seeing too much of.
Now against Inquisitor, there are no enemies in no friendly ships in range 2, so she'll get an extra dice if it's a range 2 shot. So 3 dice,
2 dice,
nothing.
1 eye, 2 blanks, nothing going on there.
Dengar, range 2 shuttle. Hit.
2 hits against the shuttle from Dengar. Both go in, and that looks like the shuttle is gone.
So it's face up, isn't it?
No, that's the round after this one, Rich.
Again. Direct hit. Very, very dead.
Made no difference.
Alright.
So Inquisitor.
You have a shot on Talonbane Cobra.
Shot on Tunnel Cobra.
Yep.
So range 3.
We count at range 1 as well at times.
So I don't get my bonuses.
Don't get any bonuses.
So I just get 2 dice.
Eagle spends his focus.
So hit, crit. Nothing. So him, hit.
And
Receive 1 stress token.
is it? Oh yeah, frost control file. Receive a stress
Right.
token, turn this card face down. Change that camera. Like that. The video camera is suffering from the lack of lighting now. So it was getting quite jerky there. I just wanted to change it up. It's been a while since I've changed it. giving it a rest. What was I going to say? I can't remember. I know something I was going to say just before the attack round, the combat round started up. Combat phase started up. I don't remember now what it was. Which is annoying because when I get round to the planning phase, it's always nice to have something to talk about. Think about the rules. Yeah, cancelling dice. I talked about that. Oh, that was it. In the chat, guys. Just a quick informative message for all of you on there. When discussing in the chat, by all means, feel free to get involved in the chat. But as a tip, more than anything else, try not to discuss exactly what's happening on the game at that moment. Mostly the reason being is because you're not all watching the game at exactly the same time. So you may have just seen a major explosion direct hit combination taking out one of the Imperial aces, and it may take 30 seconds for everyone else to see it if you've got a particularly good connection. So it's not that there's anything wrong in doing it. It's just it's less conducive to chat. I'm not trying to say that it's a spoiler for the people who haven't seen it, but when you're in the chat, try and make it that you keep to a conversation about the game rather than the game events. Yeah, discussing the lists, talking about whether or not it's going well for one player or another, what you think they should be trying to do in this moment. If you start speaking specifically about game events, dice rolls, stuff like that, it mixes up the conversation because not everyone's exactly at the same point. You might be talking about something before somebody else has seen it, and just kind of mixes it up a bit. So just try and keep that in mind, guys, please. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day. I'm just trying to give you a tip. The reason being is that the reason why I could use YouTube for streaming, but I do not because I stay on Twitch. The main reason being is that Twitch is more consistent with the quality of stream that it will deliver to the end user, whereas YouTube is more interested in making sure the chat is the chat is everyone chatting at the same time, or watching the same part of the video. So especially with their Google Hangouts software, they want to make sure that it's an interactive experience for both the viewers and the presenters. So they make sure that if you're on a slow connection, they drop your connection down. They drop your quality down to make sure you're going at the same speed as the higher speed connection viewers. So I use Twitch mostly because even if you're on a slow connection, you can still get a pretty good high quality HD signal out of it. Looks like it's bumped this.
Okay, so I've got a range here. Yep. So range 3, only 2 dice for this time. We're going to have a friendly in range. Yep. I'll spend my focus. Yep. So 2 hits. 2 of 8. Yep.
2 of 8. And that is a successful event.
Dengar.
Against the Inquisitor, range 2, Dengar. 2 dice, 1 hit. And 2 evades.
I don't believe I've got a target here, would you agree? I would agree.
And Talonbane's not got arc.
So, no shot from Vader, so Inquisitor will go into point load into target.
2, yep.
Spend his target.
It's 1 hit, I think, or I don't think it's a critical. So it must be just hitting a crit, re-rolls with the target lock,
Two hits.
Hitting the focus, there you go. 2 hits, 1 evade.
So one more kills him.
And Dengar goes down. Talame, sorry, Matt. Blah. T-U-R-T-L-E power. T-U-R-T-L-E power. So let's see what Jonathan can do to claw this back. So we've heard, as I've already mentioned several times today we're focusing on community figures in the stream, rather than because this is a particularly different type of event where the competitive play is tomorrow. We're focusing on the community members, the figurative play. Well, I can't talk no more. The community figures that are present today, faces, names. Voices you may already know but haven't had the chance to watch them play. So we had one of the squads painted by George Delapina in round 1 for being famous for his painting in the local community, in the UK community. We had round 2 was Lee Williams from the Cloud City Radio podcast. Round 3 we had Duncan Calendar from the UK Facebook group. Round 4 we had Mishari Alfaris, International Man of Mystery. Round 5 we've seen Luke Townsend from the Fishy Wargaming blog, also from Cloud City Radio.
Dengar.
And now we're watching Richard Greenaway from famous for being the family of gamers that travelled to the United States to play with at the Fantasy Fight Game Centre as their holidays, instead of going to Disneyland, where they were mentioned on the Fantasy Fight blog, Twitter feed. Okay, so that one. The Facebook groups talking about them. This camera's going terrible now. I really apologise, guys. This is nothing like what we're used to on this stream. I really wish that. Let me see if I can. There's something I'm going to try and do tomorrow that maybe make it better. But will mean that when we cut from one camera to the other, there will be a slight delay where while the main camera table boots up, the main table camera boots up in between scene changes. But I think that may cause it to be taking up less memory and might help improve the frame rate drop more than anything.
So that's a range 1. Yep.
So here come the attacks. Darth Vader, Andrew Sulak, range 1, Predator 1, gets 3 hits and adds a crit for the advanced targeting computer. 3 hits and a crit against Andrew Sulak, 2 dice, blanks, in they go.
So 1 for the hit, yep, and then that does kill him, so hit, crit, crit. Yep. So hit, crit, crit.
No, yes, yeah. Go on either way. Look at that, he got 2 blinded pilot. You got 2 blind pilot cars in a row.
So dial for me.
And they're going back to dials. Have you both passed through to tomorrow? 5 and 1? You're not through? If I understand correctly, you had a bit of a bad time with things, didn't you? Okay. Sit down and tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined for one moment by Oliver Pocknell, correct? Okay, give me 1 second. I've just got to turn on your microphone. Go on, start talking.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Perfectly. Okay.
Fantastic.
So it's not gone well for you today. You've ended up dropping in round.
No, I ended up dropping in round 5 in the end.
Oh, okay.
But that's because I had an all right day. I had a few really good games. Ended up came here 415 people, played 2 squad mates and one of my really good friends from Bristol.
You played against James.
Yeah, I played against James. Yeah. I played against Grant Hayward from 186 as well, and really good friend called Sam Cox from Bristol. Played a few good games against him.
Well, I mean, just to interrupt you quickly there.
No, go for it.
When you've got such high level of skill in your group, it's going to get more and more probable as day goes on. You end up start playing against each other, isn't it?
You'd think so, but well, the day hadn't gone as much as I'd hoped today.
But you are right in that it's such a large group of people.
It is a large group of people. I don't begrudge playing my friends at all. It's always nice to have a good time against them. But I had a really enjoyable game against Sam, and I thought, you know what, I can't just leave and run away at the end of the game. I have Jake Farrell, A-wing. He's 33 points. He never dies. Sam has a half health IG, so I've only got a minor victory. Don't leave it at that. Do a 3K at the end of the game. Leave myself right in front of him.
And you were saying just now you were going to bring Jake Han.
I did bring Jake Han. I was going to bring 5 A-wings.
Yeah.
Because it's really fun.
Yeah.
And I played in the Warball Regional with it and had a great time. And I decided, you know what? It's Yavin. It's a big competition. I'm going to go back to the list that I know the best.
Okay.
And honestly, I think it was a mistake. X-Wing is a fun game. You should have a good time, and I should have brought the A-Wings. They're fantastic.
Cool. What is your A-Wing list then?
You have, I stole it shamelessly from the Americans. It's 5 Green Squadron pilots. They have crack shot, adaptability. For the double pilot skill, they have their A-Wing test pilot upgrades, and then they all have auto thrusters as well. So it essentially just doesn't die and crack shot something.
Yeah, is that the one that's from the Back to Dials podcast? It's been featured on their
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It is quite honestly the most fun list that I've ever played.
Right, wicked. Okay, cool. But it's not worked out with you, Jake Han.
It's okay, but there's too much damage out there with the Jump Masters and Whisper and the Imperial Aces. He dies too quickly. He can no longer just survive until the end of the game.
Yeah, too many Jump Masters here today. We were talking about it earlier, it's kind of like a nuclear arms race. The more Jump Masters there are, the more that come behind them.
It's okay, but I mean, honestly, I only played 1 Jump Master list today. Over the last 2 days. I've played 11 games of X-Wing, seen 1 Jump Master list. I think it's not the Jump Masters themselves, but it's what they are. They've increased the amount of damage dice in the game, and everything else has moved to counteract it. So you're seeing more of Whisper, more of Vader with his Titan computer. And because there's more damage out there, the old 2-ship meta with the really tanky ships, it doesn't work anymore. You either have to have really evadey ships, which is the Imperial Aces, or more bullets. So X-Wings, B-Wings, that kind of thing.
Excellent. B-Wings, though, they've also been going
honestly, I think the Pilot Skill 2s, they will get wiped off the board.
Yeah,
but the Pilot Skill 4 daggers, they still have a place.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
Not a problem, and I hope you have a really good day.
And we'll probably see you tomorrow at some point.
I'd hope so. Hangar Bay is A-Wing time.
Hangar Bay is A-Wing in the same time as the tops.
Yes.
So, I've got 3 rounds where I'm here by myself. I'll be looking for commentators.
I'd love to help you commentate if you don't mind me having on the stream.
As long as you all don't end up fighting about who wants to do it.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. If you need someone, I'm very happy to do it.
I always say it's always difficult when I'm over here doing it by myself. But if anyone ever walks past and sees me sat by myself, I'm always welcome to have someone sit down with me. He's got a. It's a major explosion again? No.
And that's a hit.
Yeah. And another one coming. And a blinded pilot.
Face up, blinded pilot. Ouch.
Sure. It's going against Richard at the moment. He's not got much left on Dengar.
See, I thought Dengar was going to be able to do it against the 2 aces, but it seems as if
it went well for Richard to begin with. He took the Lambda out really quickly.
Yeah.
But then it just took him too much work to.
Yeah, I think
pull it back.
Whilst I love Talonbane Cobra, even with engine, he gets caught really quickly. And versus Vader and the Inquisitor over there, they fly rings around him. Blinded Pilot was an absolute killer there on Dengar because you'd hope that he'd do a lot of damage back to Vader, but apparently not.
So like I say, tomorrow,
Yep.
if you see me sat by myself, you're more than welcome to sit down. And that goes to anyone listening. If they've got anyone here, if anyone that goes past the table sees me sat by myself, they're always welcome to sit down and have a chat.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much, Oliver.
Have a very good day,
Pleased to
and
meet you.
see everyone later.
Yeah. So, going back to Richard and Jonathan, Richard is sweating. I'm still not. That's the first time since Nationals in Spain last September, using these damage decks, that I've not been able to work out which critical effect that was on the first crit card. I think I'm looking at a damaged engine. The second one was a major explosion. He got hit off that. Blinded pilot came out, so he cannot perform an attack.
Sorry.
And then I just can't work out what that first effect was. I'm like, if you listen to me, if you know me, I do not want to go over to the table to check that card out, because it calls too much attention to the players when they see me walking around.
So, pilot skill 0.
Pilot skill 0, so that's going to be the damaged cockpit.
So, clearing my stress.
That doesn't look like it. All right. It looks like there's got a bit of dirt on my icon or something, because I'm seeing more than just a straight line. All right, we'll see. Blinded pilot, yeah.
Your barrel roll.
Thank you, TURTLE power. Stop. Hammer time. They're doing a K-turn. Do you know what I would like? And this is it's going to sound. I'm sure everyone's going to say stupid, but I'd like a 6 base length maneuver template for that sort of situation there. So what you do is you line up alongside the base edge, rather than in the movement guides in the front of the ship, and then you lift the ship up. In the case of a 4K turn, it would be 6 ship lengths long. Lift the ship up, move it to the other end, and once again line it up against the base edge.
So that's it.
And that's the end of the game. So thank you very much, Richard and Jonathan. We'll take a moment to speak to you both, and then we'll see what else is going on here. We've got 20 minutes left of round 6 to find out who's going through to day 2 of the Yavin Open.
Let's go over.
One at a time. Just one at a time, Jonathan. You start packing your stuff up and I'll call you over. So, Richard, thank you very much. That didn't go so well for you.
No, it was. He did a really good job of basically stopping me firing off my munitions. So
yeah.
It is the 6th game in a very long day.
Oh, of course.
But actually, that's the trick with these jumps. If you can actually stop them firing off their horrible missiles. Yep. I was quite pleased with how Talonbane and Andrew Shulak had actually performed, but I think concentrating on those two meant that Dengar was on his own. Gonked a couple of times. I forgot to gonk in the first round of movement. Don't know how much of a difference that makes now.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been doing with my wins earlier on today, was basically gonking 2 or 3 times, saving those shields up, and maybe getting a chance to add them on every now and again. I took Dengar in a previous game with 1 damage card up to full shields.
Okay.
Running away and gonking up a bit. But no, it was a good game though. It was a good game. He's a strong player. It's always very tempting to go for that shuttle, isn't it?
Yeah, but you did a good job on the shuttle. You took that one out quick enough. Then it just took you too much. It was too much effort for you to take out the other 2, which is surprising considering the Emperor is no longer on the board. So it should be pretty easy to take out later. But nope, took time, and well, it seemed to be too difficult for you. You just weren't able to get those dice effects.
Yeah, I think I got scuppered by the debris fields that I placed, which is always very satisfying.
Right, I didn't notice that.
It was a good game. It's been a great day. Now, one member of my family who's also on 3-2 at the beginning of this round, if he doesn't win this round, I win a lie-in.
An ice cream.
If not, we have to be back here as a family at 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Excellent.
But it was a good game.
One other thing I'll speak to you about that I enjoyed quite a lot was I don't know how to put this. When you were doing cancelling dice results, and you started pairing up your dice with his defense dice, just as it was in the original rules, in the original core set, that when you're comparing dice results, you should separate each pair of evade and hit results. When there's no more hit results with a crit result, when you have a pair, for each pair you have, they should be cancelled. That's when that was originally, in the original rules, that was the only way of cancelling dice. And it said that when an effect says that you should cancel dice, that can only be done. Cancelling dice can only be done in the compare results phase.
We have a school club for X-Wing, which was starting up, and lots of kids recently for birthdays have bought the core set with the film being out.
Yeah,
and that's the best way of teaching them, saying you can get rid of these hits first, then you get rid of the crits, now what's left over.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things that a lot of people learn X-Wing now through visually learn it. All right, sit down with me, play this game, and I'll teach you how to play it. And so you play against somebody else. They kind of go over the rules for you, and a lot of people never actually take time to read the rule book and understand exactly why some of the effects are happening. And so that's why we get a lot of the silly questions in the FAQ that are like, I can't think of one right now, but the silly little things that when you think about it, like for example, we were talking yesterday about the one that so many people are asking that if I've got Dengar and you kill me, I still get to counterattack, don't I? And it's like, well, no, because your ship got taken off the board, unless it's because your simultaneous fire you've been kept on there.
Space debris.
Exactly. So you're not going to be able to fire back. You should have taken your ship off the board as soon as your damage cards reach there. So how are you going to fire back from the other side of the board? Stuff like that.
That game we just had was actually the most I've ever done the Dengar shooting back. We had it at least twice in that game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't tend to be a torpedo shot, it tends to be a turret shot, but it's an opportunity to get your opponent to spend some tokens. Now near the end of that, focus tokens, and my opponent spent focus tokens and evade tokens really well in the right order. And several times he had quite sticky situations about when to spend the pulp token.
But very good play from the both, like I say, very clean play. It was an excellent game for me to watch personally. Like I say, little touches like that, like the cancelling dice, things like when you use an evade token, you should put another die into the die pool to mark that evade result. Make sure you're keeping, it's about the dice result. So you're not just saying, there's an evade token, I've got an extra die result. And that's where the FAQ question came from with Auto Blaster, remember? As they said, Auto Blaster isn't blocked by evade tokens. And it was like, why? Because you have to actually put a dice on the table with the evade results on it. So a lot of people didn't quite realise those little touches. So I'd like to say thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Time. It was a good game. I think I'm really proud about bringing Talonbane Cobra. Actually, I think he's a reluctant and neglected pilot.
And you did well with Andrew as well. I like that with the extra dice from his mobility and stuff like that.
It's taken the whole day for me to put him or her by themselves.
Yeah, and I was thinking, he's put the Inquisitor out by himself in deployment, and it's like, well, you just basically made it easy for Andrew. Didn't quite work out for you in the end, but I mean,
it was
as you were
game.
deploying after him at ability 8 and you at 9, the fact that you've got Andrew, you need to be far away. What's going on here? You need to be far away. It works out in your favour. So.
And I was desperately trying to get those torpedoes off, but every time he was coming in too close. You see us using the one template a lot. So I was desperately trying to get, can I fire a torpedo? Can I fire a torpedo? But no, it was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Hope the kids do well or not, so you can take your rest. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow either way. Just the question is whether it's not at 10 o'clock or at 12 o'clock.
Lovely.
Thank you very much. Bye. Get Jonathan to come over now and we'll talk to him, see how that went for him. Excellent game, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
What kind of a record does that put you on?
4-2.
Right, so you're going through to tomorrow.
Right.
You get your shield tokens and everything happy. The only thing is, after that, what sort of chances do you have of going any further? That's the question. I mean, the top 8's impossible.
It is, but I'll keep swinging and we'll see what we get to.
Because at the top 32 you get those range 1 and 2 rate rulers. But I don't know, with so many people, I don't know if you can even go that far. That's part of the complaints that were made on the group earlier in the month regarding such a large tournament with such an aggressive cut. But that was the way Fantasy Flight decided to make the tournament, and the System Open Series should all be the same tournament, so regardless of how many participants. Let's tell me, how did the game go for you?
I won't tell a lie. I was worried after the initial exchange of fire when effectively the shot seemed to bounce off Dengar.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it went okay, but there's a lot of. I wasn't best line, but Richard flew extremely well.
Richard, you both flew extremely well. One of the things that we did see was Richard definitely took the upper hand, wiping out Emperor Palpatine as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But then after that, you did an excellent comeback, taking out first it was Talonbane, quickly followed by Andrew Sulak, and then it was just a question of peppering away at Dengar until he fell down.
I think once the dice modification from Emperor Palpatine went, I think it was a case of just chipping away and hoping that I got in a good enough position to basically just sort of slowly chip my way back into the game.
Excellent. And you did well. It was an excellent game to watch. I mean, and I've already commented with Richard and on the stream about the way the two of you were following complete game etiquette. Richard announcing a lot of the effects that he's using, making sure it's all clearly communicated to you, pairing up damage dice in the compared compared dice results. Fantastic work there on both of you.
He is an excellent player and a good sportsman, and yeah, it helped a lot going through the game and comparing things off.
Okay, so explain this to me. Let us know who you are, what you're about.
Yeah, from Harlequins in Preston, Lancashire. This is our local store. So Tom Leona basically asked us to put together a group to go to events for X-Wings. So representing the store here at the System Open, there's about 9 of us here. Yeah. And I think the majority of the guys have got through today too, I think. Yeah,
and so if you're in the northeast area and you'd be interested, you can find that store on Facebook, Harlequins.
Yep, Harlequins basically they have a website, which I think is on the back of the t-shirt.
All right.
Yeah, Harlequins on Facebook, Harlequins Preston, Harlequins Blackpool, there's 2 stores.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, if you fancy a game in the northwest from the X-Wing, pop down, we'll give you a go.
Wicked. And how many of you came out today?
Yeah, there's 9 of us at the event today. So
excellent. That's quite a large turnout. And are you all staying in hotel together, or?
Most of us are in one hotel. There's a couple that only came in for the Open because a lot of us were here till 2 o'clock in the morning for the regional yesterday.
Yeah.
Long slog. But yeah, most of us in one hotel. A couple that stayed late, basically in a different hotel.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time. I actually
feel
very close to that sort of region because I went to university. I went to Higher Education College in St Helens. and then carried on in Liverpool before going back to London and stuff like that. So very familiar with the area and Blackpool and stuff like that. Sorry, I suddenly slipped into Spanish mode there, but I can't get out of it.
It's all right.
So look, Jesus. Thank you very much for your time. I'm just going to end it there before I start saying something stupid.
It's all right. Thank you. I'm on the stream.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Right, bye now.
Bye.
Okay, so we're going to have a quick chat with some people. We're going to see if we can find out what's going on with everyone.